Hey everyone, welcome back to the Zoo. This is All in Politics, and today we're going to be talking about how a possible 2023 Donald Trump indictment could help him in the Republican primaries. So, if you don't know, Donald Trump is likely to be indicted on, we don't know exact date, but it's likely to be either sometimes this week or next week. So, if he is indicted for, this is the hush money scandal. If he is indicted for that, he would be brought down to he would be actually it's up. He would be brought up to Manhattan and he would have his mugshot taken and his fingerprints. But the big thing is that it would also help him. Donald Trump has symbolized that he wants to be indicted. And he kind of has a good point because it will rally up his base. And we've already seen that a little bit. So if we go, which I found a poll earlier, if I can find it, that I thought was a good example. I might not be able to find it. It was right here. So on March 10th, before anyone thought that the indictment was going to happen, this is before Trump claimed that he was going to be indicted on the 21st, and before he called for protests, he was defeating DeSantis by around 8 points. Some were 4, and some actually had DeSantis ahead. These are actually the most accurate ones. Because DeSantis, Trump, Haley, Pence, Tim Scott, Sununu, these are all the people who are likely to be running. And DeSantis is defeating all of them by 2 points. Nowadays, if we go up to the same exact poll, Trump is defeating all of them by 36 points. So, what I mean by this is that Trump has had this before. If you remember Mar-a-Lago, he was sort of falling out of part for the Republican Party, and then after Mar-a-Lago, he got all the credit. Everyone was like, "Oh, are you okay? Are you like this should not happen to you?" Everyone was calling out the FBI for this, and they were defending Trump, and they were like, "Oh, he has to be our nominee." Now, and after that, he kind of went away. DeSantis got the nomination. Well, he looked like he was going to get the nomination until the indictment happens. I do think that at the end of the day, this will start to fade away. But we do got to acknowledge that a jump from DeSantis leading by 2 to Trump leading by 36 is a pretty big jump. And we got to acknowledge that. Now, again, I don't think that the Republican primaries are going to be this big of a landslide for Donald Trump. I really don't. I feel that Ron DeSantis, the Republican Party, is going to come to a realization that they want to win. They like Donald Trump. They like his policies, but they're going to go to Ron DeSantis because they believe that he can win an actual election. I think part of that would do that. I think at the end of the day that Donald Trump will be the nominee, and we can get to that in a whole nother video. But if this happens, if he does get indicted, there are going to be protests, there are going to be riots, and there is going to be a major, major boost for Donald Trump. If he has those mugshots, if he has a mugshot and he tweets out, "Look what the liberal left are doing to me," his base will be fired up, and if they had concerns about Trump, maybe they can't win the election, they would be so angry that they will vote for him. And that's why Donald Trump wants to be arrested. He wants the mugshot to go public. He wants to be handcuffed and put into the cop car because it will fire up his base and it will help him win the election. And you can make the argument that because there's so many cases and he's likely to be indicted in almost all of them, this won't stop. He'll still be leading by 52 points against Nikki Haley and 36 against Ron DeSantis and everyone else. You can make the argument. But that argument kind of fades away when you realize this has happened before. Afghanistan. Mar-a-Lago. Those all faded away. And who comes out after it? Ron DeSantis. If we take a look at Donald Trump's approval rating, he's underwater with all Americans by 13 points. Joe Biden, only 10. Now, I'm not saying 10 is a good number. In no ways it is. If I'm a president, I don't want to be disapproved of by 10 points. I want to be approved of by 17 points like he was in, when was that? March 23rd. I want to be that. I don't want to be disapproved of by 10 points. But though it may seem like a small number, 13 and 10 are a big difference. If we look at some of the polls for the general election, where is that? Let me find a good example. This was around the time that the poll came out. Biden is defeating Trump still by 3 points. So I think at the end of the day that this will help in the primary. And if you had doubts before of him winning a primary, I have full confidence that he will win it now. But it won't do the same in the general. And if these indictments go through, he will be destroyed in general, no matter who the candidate is. Donald Trump claims that he's going to run from jail. If he's in jail, he might run and he might win the primary, but he will be destroyed. He will lose Texas. He will lose Florida. He might even lose Indiana, for God's sake, or Missouri. He will be destroyed if he gets indicted in this one and a bunch of other cases, especially in those swing states where he tried to overthrow the results. Georgia, Arizona, those would be likely Biden. Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, those would be strong Biden states. And Trump can rile up his base, and he's done it before and he'll do it again. He'll win the primary. I have full confidence. But I really don't think so that will continue into the general election. I think that he will be obliterated in the general election if he ends up getting indicted. And the chances of him being indicted and found guilty are very high. So that's really what this video is all about. It's how Donald Trump is in trouble. He is in trouble in the court case. He's not in trouble in the primary. He's in trouble in the general. And Republicans, this indictment, it's good for Trump. It's terrible for Republicans. It's going to have Donald Trump win the primary and be destroyed in the general. So thank you for watching. This was All in Politics. Of course, I had this channel revamp. I changed the name, the logo, everything. And I'm going to make some more videos soon. And I'm going to try to keep you posted. But thanks, and bye.